Good evening, Emery and Henry, and welcome to another sports interview. I'm Kevin Anzenberger, and if you're looking for my guest here today, good luck. This guy's either got his hand in a glove, his arm swinging a bat, or he's lifting some kind of weight in the King Center. Guy who led the ODAC in slugging percentage, runs batted in, and home runs at 9. A transfer from Virginia Wesleyan College, Brandon Lineberry. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you.
And I got to say, Brandon, I had no idea that, I'm going to be honest, I had no idea your name was Brandon because I always call you Lineberry. So for the sake of the interview and for the sake of our viewers, if I call you Lineberry, slip up a little bit, we know who we're referring to. And like I said before, a transfer from Virginia Wesleyan College. What sparked that transfer?
Well, really, it was just, I went there, I'm from Carroll County, so it's pretty close, about an hour away from here. And I went there because I didn't really want to go close to home. And so after 2 years, I realized that I actually did want to be closer to home. So, and I was getting married, so we just felt like it was better to transfer back closer to home and be around our family more.
Okay, yeah, that's something that I didn't know either. Marriage and playing a sport and in college student athlete, is that tough to juggle all three of those things?
Sometimes you just have to be smart with your time.
Absolutely. And with that transfer, it comes inside the ODAC. Does that spark any sort of inter-conference rivalry?
Well, it was definitely fun going back and playing them last year. Had seniors that had graduated whenever my last year there. They was there heckling and all kinds of stuff. It'd have been better if we won, but it was still fun.
Of course. And obviously there's no trash talk like that on the baseball diamond.
No.
And you mentioned seniors. I want to talk about last year's seniors. We had 3 guys. We had 4, but Aaron Sparks gets another year of eligibility this year. But Kevin Nelson, Jordan Woolard, and Branson Christopher, 3 guys who were a significant impact on our roster, and they're now gone. How do we plan to fulfill those roles on our team this year?
Well, all 3 of those were big guys, and definitely losing Branson and Kevin in the lineup's going to hurt. But we got in a bunch of young freshman talent, and the freshmen and sophomores from last year are another year older, another year mature. And like we see, Branson played first and Kevin DH'd. And I think Chase Kirk will be another one to play first this year.
Okay.
And Carson Bryant's moving over there too, so they can flip-flop DH. And that takes care of Branson and Kevin's spot. And then we got all kinds of middle infielders coming in, and then Holden Watkins from last year, Eli Strauss, a freshman that came in, Ross French, Dalton Horn, all new guys that came in. So I feel like we've done pretty good in replacing the seniors from last year.
Yeah, and a lot of those names that you mentioned were either freshmen or rising sophomores now, and you're a senior on this team.
Yeah.
Do you feel any pressure? How do you handle that leadership position?
Really, just got to do what you know, work hard, and try to hope it pays off, and hope the younger people on the team just learn from you.
Yeah, now going into the team aspect of this year, last year, really the only place that we struggled was at pitching. Aaron Sparks was in the top 5 in innings pitched. He had to throw a lot because of the lack of depth there. How are we taking care of that lack of depth this season?
Well, we definitely got more depth because we didn't lose any pitchers from last year, except for some that didn't come back or other things like that. But we got in a bunch of young freshman pitching talent too, like Troy Poland, Zach Shepard, Logan Forrester, Gavin Felty, and a bunch more that it'd take me forever to name if I think about it. But we definitely have a lot more depth and better arms, I think, than last year.
Okay, and obviously it's so hard to judge how that freshman talent is going to do because we haven't even practiced yet.
No.
We have a game this weekend at Berry, or a couple games this weekend, I should say, at Berry College, and we haven't stepped foot on the field. I know there's some rain today, so that'll back us up even more. There is a chance that we don't practice at all on the field before we play on Saturday. It's got to affect your mind. Just describe, how do we handle that?
You just do what you can, whether it's in the gym or on the turf on the football field, getting your reps in the cage. I mean, we probably take 700, 800 swings a week in the cage. You just got to focus 100% whenever you're doing your drill work in the gym, and ground balls or fly ball fungos on the turf. You just got to focus 100% and take it for what it is.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to read those the balls off of the turf rather than the field or the dirt out there. And I really almost didn't want to ask this question because it's so cliche, but I got to. What would you say the strengths and the weaknesses of this year's team are?
I would say a strength, especially compared to last year, would be our team speed. We lost some power last year with Branson and Kev, but I think we got more speed in our lineup this year and a little bit better defense. And I would say our weakness would probably still be our pitching, just because I haven't seen them perform in games and stuff yet. But I think that could turn into being a strength as well. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and the ODAC is a very tough conference, and we haven't had that media day yet that chooses our preseason ranking. But if you are on the poll for the media day, where do you put Emory and Henry College inside the ODAC?
Me personally, I'd probably put us right now somewhere right in the middle. But I think we have a chance to be up in the top 5, 4, 3, somewhere around there if we play like we should.
Yeah, obviously there's a bunch of lurking variables there with all the freshmen pitching, and anytime you got a young team, it's kind of sporadic. But individually now, you played right field a little bit last year. Where do you expect to see yourself play in the field? Any individual goals you want to discuss?
Well, really, it's kind of up in the air where I'm going to play right now. I mean, I'll probably end up in right field, but I might end up at third some. I might DH some. It's really just where the team needs me most that particular game or weekend, however it is. And personal goals, I really don't plan on having personal goals yet. I mean, I hit 9 home runs last year, and it would have been great to get to 10 double digits.
Yeah.
So that'd be nice, but I'm not going to go up there and try to hit a home run every bat.
Yeah.
It's more about driving runs in and getting wins, really.
And absolutely. I got one last question for you, and I'm really excited to ask this. But, a lot of people around here talk about how special this campus is and how special Emory and Henry College is. And you got the chance to go to 2 different ODAC schools, Virginia Wesleyan and Emory and Henry. What is it that separates our campus from Virginia Wesleyan's?
I'd definitely say just the community around campus with professors and all the students as well, and the sports teams. Because whenever I was at Virginia Wesleyan, I actually stayed on campus and everything, but it was like the baseball team was just secluded from everybody else, and like the basketball team was secluded from everybody else, and different things like that. And for me now, since I came to Emory, I've been a commuter, and I still feel a better sense of community here being a commuter than I felt at Virginia Wesleyan being a resident there.
Absolutely, yeah. It is a special campus, and we're glad that you made that trip back across the state to Emory and Henry College. So, Brandon, I guess I should say, or Lineberry, that'll do it. I appreciate you being on the set, and good luck this weekend at Barry. I hope you guys get out and practice some. And let's go ahead. Let's put the home run count at 13 this year. Let's put the goal there.
Okay.
Thank you guys for watching this version of the Sports Interview. I'm Kevin Anzenberger. He is Brandon Lineberry, and I will now send it over to the Sports Update.